Welcome back.
Welcome back. We are episode 42. 42 of these things.
I thought it was 43.
No, we're 42.
Oh, no.
42.
I'm lost.
Today we have a special guest. I've known him since he was like this little. This little.
Oh, yeah.
Andrey Denson. Andrey Denson. We're super excited to have you on, bro. We are we've been following you guys. You and your whole family.
Yeah.
You guys are family friends, and we saw you for like the first time in a good while because you were away at college.
Yes,
at
sir.
my daughter's birthday.
Mm-hmm.
And
Oh,
so
yeah.
we did a little catching up, and I wanted to have you on the podcast because you have a bunch of interesting things going on right now. So I thought, let's do this, you know?
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you for having me, guys.
Are you, how old are you, bro? Because I didn't ask you that.
No, yes. So I'm 23 years old. Yes,
23.
You're
No,
23.
yeah.
I thought you were younger than me.
Oh, no, 23. No, yeah, it's crazy.
Oh.
Time's fine.
Sonny's like, oh, yeah, I'm much older than him. And I'm like, I don't
I
think
swear
so.
I thought I was 2 years older than him. That's
You're
weird. That's
not.
crazy.
You're not. So before we get into it, I'm going to forget. Eric, play the intro.
These clothes.
Okay, welcome back. Welcome back. Andrey, the reason why I wanted to have you on is because you're a star football player, baby.
No,
You know what I
thank
mean?
you guys.
As a kid, Eric can talk about this. I can talk about this because we all played football growing up in school. When you get to like middle school, like you just think, I'm gonna go pro. I'm gonna go college ball. Like I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna go there.
Right.
But it's one thing to say it and one thing to believe it, but it's one thing to get yourself there, you know?
Yes, sir.
And it's tough. It's rough.
It seems like it. It seems
Yeah.
like a lot of work, too.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of, I want to just have you go through, like, you started at Pebble Hills High School, class of
2020.
2020. God damn, I'm old, bro. I'm old.
No,
I
time's
am
going.
old. 2020. So, class of 2020, Pebble Hills High School was like the new high school when you started going, right?
Right. It was just it was only a high school for, I think, 3 years before I got there. Yeah, so it was just brand new, basically.
brand new. And they're good. Like they're
Yeah.
one of the better teams in the city. That's
Yes.
cool. And it's kind of hard like to believe that because it's like, oh, they're gonna be a new program. Like they're gonna suck for a couple of years. And like as a matter of fact, like they came out kicking ass.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's cool to see that. You know, I've followed. Like I said, I even went to a couple of his like little league games when we were kids. You know?
Oh, yeah.
So, people don't know this obviously, but your mom worked for Zamorano's Monument Company.
Yes, she did.
As a matter of fact, hold on, let me pause real quick. Let me just get this out of the way. This podcast is sponsored
Oh
by
my
Zamorano's Monument Company for when you need it written in stone. And so we're excited to have you on because it's like a full circle.
Right.
Full circle.
Exactly.
Your mom, so cool.
She was
Honestly,
my
like
best friend.
the best.
Thank you. No, yeah. She
The-
says great things about you guys, too.
Dude, she was like, she's so motherly. She always has like some advice. Growing up when I was like 14, 15 when she started working there.
What?
Yeah.
No, because
Oh,
I
yeah.
was like...
Yeah, I was in
Oh my
I was
God.
barely
Yeah,
in
you're
high school
right.
and I was about to leave high school. She was stuck around for like, I want to say 3 years around there. And so we got to see, you know, you kids growing up and your brothers and everybody playing football and stuff. And it's actually one cool thing is that if you go into my parents' office, there's a picture of you guys still
yeah.
there in your football uniforms. You
Yep.
and
My
It's
mom
framed.
said
one
that.
of your brothers. Jaden?
Yeah, Jaden.
Okay, Jaden. So it's you, Andrey, and then it's Jaden, and then the youngest one,
Cam.
Cam. See? Cam. See, that's crazy because Cam was like baby. And you guys were still like, you know, in the pee-wee football.
Oh, yeah.
that's
Those were the
dope, man.
times.
And so in high school, what did you stay as a DB, or was that like?
No, yeah. So I was always a defensive back my entire life. Just playing that position ever since I was in Little League. In high school, what's crazy is that before even Pebble Hills High School, my freshman year, I was actually at Parkland High School.
Yeah.
So I went there for a year, and then ultimately, my parents and my whole family and we made the move over to the east side. And I remember I still wanted to go to Parkland. I was like, Mom, Dad, and I want to stay there because, that's where I've grown up, my family, my friends.
Right,
and then
right.
now, thankfully, going over to Pebble Hills High School has changed my life, and it's just been a big blessing since I've been there. So I'm just thankful for that.
Yeah, man, that's cool. Sonny doesn't know. And for people that don't know football that well, he plays DB, which is, in my opinion, the hardest position to play on the field.
Yes, sir.
It is. It really is, because, when you're watching a football game and there's a long pass down the field and he drops it, what does everybody do? They automatically look, where's the pass interference penalty? And that's like, it's always called. If a DB like even sneezes on the receiver,
Right.
that's a penalty. You know what I mean? So it's like really hard to do what he does.
I assumed that it was because you were bragging about him.
Yeah. I was like, dude, he's good. Like, I've seen his highlights.
Thank you.
He's crazy good.
Thank
So,
you.
but yeah, so the DB, Sonny, is the one that guards the receiver, the one that runs and catches the ball. Yeah, I know you don't know that.
I need to start watching football.
You do. You need to polish up on your football knowledge. So after Pebble Hills High School, you went to, let me make sure I got this right,
Yeah,
Gustavus Adolphus College in St. Peter, Minnesota.
You
No, yeah.
stalked him.
Almost got it. No, it's called Gustavus Adolphus. You
Ah,
almost got it, though.
Gustavus.
You almost
I
got
forgot
it.
the little accent over the A, bro.
No, yeah, it's hard to
Jeez.
pronounce. It's
Yeah.
hard.
Yeah, so Gustavus Adolphus College. And
Yes, sir.
you played DB. How many years did you play there? 2, 3?
3 years.
3 years. 3 years.
Yes, sir.
That's awesome, man. How is Minnesota?
Oh, obviously the title itself is super cold up there.
Yeah.
But no, just great. I was grateful for my time there. Obviously met had a great community there in St. Peter. Met a lot of great coaches there, and I'm just thankful that during my experience, during my time there, I was there. It helped me mature and go from a younger man to a man, and just made me learn the responsibility of having to grow up.
That's crazy, man. That's crazy. So that was like your first time away from your parents, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. What was the big shocker, like when you finally moved out? Like, what was something you're like, for me, like, let me just kind of give you an example. I moved out, and I got my own apartment, right? And I was like, I don't know, I think I was like 19, 20. And when I moved out, it was like, the first thing was like, holy shit, I have to do my own laundry. You know what I mean? I got to wash my own clothes, and I got to fucking hang up my clothes, and I got to fold my underwear and put it away and put my socks and get a pair. And that shit was like, it took forever for me to like get used to that. And it's a good thing that I found Sandy, because now Sandy does it. So I'm like, fuck, I'm out of it. This is enough. I'm not going to, I don't have to find the pairs of my sock. Thank you, babe, if you're watching. But that was like my hard getting used to. What was like the first thing that you missed from home?
Missed from home? Oh man, the biggest thing was my mom's cooking. She's a great cook, and thankfully, she feeds my entire family and I really well, and I'm blessed that I have a great woman like her in my life that just does a lot of great things, and that was one of the big things I missed, and I was like, dang it, I'm homesick for this one.
Yeah,
I need it.
yeah. Okay, you a mama's boy?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
oh,
me too, dog.
Big time,
Me
big
too.
time.
Yeah, I'm a big time mama.
Oh yeah, mama.
It's hard.
Number
It's
one.
hard.
Mama Denson.
But Mama Denson is just so she's so loving, and I can get why.
Yeah.
Yes.
For the longest time, she would always bring like leftover foods. And Mijo, you want some? I'm like, oh yeah, I want
Bro,
some.
you wouldn't even save me any.
Just eat whatever,
Oh, yeah.
whatever she would make. Like she'd bring tamales, whatever the hell. It was like, it was dope to be.
Oh, yeah.
Like I can tell why you missed that.
Yes.
Now, what was the cool thing? Like on the flip side, okay? And Mama Denson and Papa Denson are in the room right now, but just pretend like you're not in the room.
No, yeah.
So, what was the cool thing about you leaving? You know what I mean? Like about you being on your own.
The cool thing is that, it just taught me, that I had to mature up quickly. You know, just knowing that, you know, my mom and dad are not down the street. My little brothers are obviously same thing. They're not down the street, and I don't have nobody just to immediately, if something was to happen, okay, they're with me. You know, I'm by myself, and obviously, you know, I have my coaches that I'm just getting along with, you know, new friends that I'm building there.
Yeah.
But I just had to learn real quick, you know, obviously who are the people that are for you in your life, and obviously the people that you need to obviously don't be with, so that, you know, it doesn't deter you down, and, you know, whatever goal that, for me, my goal was to obviously, you know, do great in school and obviously have a great college football career, so that I could ultimately lead me up to the point where I'm at right now.
Yeah.
And it just taught me, you know, just mature, being a great young man, being a representative for my brothers, so that they don't just be like me, but be better than me.
Yay, there it
Yeah,
is,
that's
bro.
awesome.
I'm gonna tell you something. I when you were young, you were a kid. Like there was like a gap where I haven't talked to you, interact with you. Now, you've grown to be like I'm sound like an old fucking
No,
man. When I
it's
say
You
okay.
that.
are old, bro.
But you've grown up to be like a stand-up young man.
Thank
like
you.
very respectful. When we reached out to like have you on the shows, like I'm appreciative. Yes, sir. Thank
How
you.
polite you
like,
are, yeah.
polite. Like that is a good reflection of the man that you've become. You know, so I kind of knew right away. I'm like, hey, this guy is a stand-up guy. You know what I mean?
Thank you. I appreciate that.
That's awesome to see, bro, because your mom and your dad were, you know, super, super, like, I know how they were with you, because, you know, they very strict, but also kind of like pushed you, you know, motivated you guys.
Yes.
And you can see it. You can see it when all three of your siblings, when you and your siblings walk into a room, stand up, shake a hand, look you in the eye. That is like that. It means a lot. It's crazy. It's cool, man, to see that. It's like
It's not common anymore to see stuff like that.
it's not. You know, a lot of kids nowadays like Eric. No, I'm kidding. Eric is one of the respectful ones too. But yeah, you see like
sometimes.
kids around that like his friends and stuff that are just not like that. You know, people your age and like the Gen Zers down. It's more of like a I don't care what anybody thinks, and
Right.
just kind of
Yeah.
do what they do, and really the way you act is the way like you get treated back.
Amen.
So if you talk like when people were like you're really respectful with somebody, like they respect you back. You kind of already earned it, you know.
Exactly.
So before I kind of veered off, you spent there in Minnesota, cold as hell. Me and Eric went to Green Bay a couple years back, and dude, I don't know how people freaking live there. I was there for
I'll never be able to adapt to that weather.
3.5 days that we spent there. We went to watch Green Bay play Dallas back in 2022. Yeah, 2022, and that was like. It was like 17 degrees. I'm like, what the fuck are we doing? And then we're like, the stadium's open, you know? So you're there, snow's coming down, and the wind, every time the wind blows, it just kind of like, my nipples could like break ice. You know what I mean? That's just how crazy it was. You know what I mean? And then we got like hot chocolate. And then it's like cold chocolate milk by like halftime. And you're like, holy shit, this is like already starting to frost. And it's crazy.
Right.
How do you play in a climate like that, bro?
Oh my gosh! I like trust me. Like they say it's all a mentality up there, but trust me, you can have the strongest mindset in the world, but once you feel that cold, that thing humbles you down real quick.
Yeah.
And you know, for my last game up in Wisconsin Platteville, it was probably the coldest game I had played all season. I think it was only like maybe like 10 degrees, 11 degrees, something like that, with wind chill. So it was like it felt like negative. Whatever, 10, whatever. And when we went out there, I remember like all my teammates were like, all right, Dre, like don't bundle up. Like you got to go out there and you got to act hard.
Oh
and stuff.
yeah, dude! Like when people
Yeah,
like
'cause
do like
you-
the
yeah.
sleeveless shit. Like
Exactly.
You know, you see
can't
like
show you're
you see
cold.
like Aaron Jones, right? Like I know that you got a close relationship with Aaron Jones.
Yes.
He doesn't wear sleeves. I'm like, holy shit, bro! Like, dude, it's
damn.
fucking cold. You know what I mean? And so,
yeah.
what is like a secret? There was one secret that I heard. Like one of the defensive linemen from Green Bay talked about it. Was doing that tiger bomb thing on the
Oh,
arms.
yep. I was just
Oh,
about to
I've
say
heard
that.
that works.
They
yeah.
wear the tiger bomb, and then it creates like a film where it clogs your pores,
Exactly. Yeah,
so
they
that
put
like the cold doesn't make you shiver.
right. They put like that Vaseline type of stuff, and then like you feel all like gooey and slimy, but like it helps like the cold not get into your skin like that.
Yeah. And then that's like
It's
what,
worth
but
it.
like as a running back, like Aaron Jones, like if he puts that tiger bomb, it's like it's a slippery football. You know what I mean? You're gonna cough that thing up. So it's like that's just it's a
tough.
crazy way to play this game, because playing from El Paso your whole life, Where when we're doing like 2-a-days in the summer, getting ready for football, it's 105 degrees, 104 degrees.
Yeah.
You have the pads on, it feels like 115.
Exactly.
You know, to going over there and it's like 10 degrees. That's like polar opposite. Like I wouldn't want to do that.
Opposite?
Opposite.
Opposite.
See that? You see what I mean, bro?
It's okay.
You can't mess up, bro.
It's all good. We keep going.
Yeah. But that's crazy. So, and I was thinking right after St. Peter, Minnesota, I was like, okay, for me, I would be like, I'm gonna look for a college down south somewhere, you know. But no, you went to University of Wisconsin Platteville.
Yep. Yes, sir. I did.
You just went across the water. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
That's wild to me, man. That is so wild. How was your experience there? This was your senior year, right?
Right. This is my senior year. Yes, sir.
And so, how was it there? What was the difference? What was the main difference from Gustavus to Wisconsin?
Gustavus. It's okay.
Yeah.
No, yeah. So, what's it called? Yeah. So the biggest difference I would say is just the culture there. You know, obviously at my old school, had a great community. Loved it there. It was, you know, everybody's welcoming. But just the way how everybody in Platteville is, you know, especially they're really big on athletics there. So that was obviously the main reason why I went there. They're very, you know, championship mentality. Like, hey, we're here to push you to not just be good, but to be great. And just to obviously don't deliver us for us on the field, in the court, wherever, but deliver for us, you know, in your life. How are you going to impact the world? Obviously, you know, that was when I was speaking with the coaches and obviously the rest of the, you know, school staff there trying to transfer over. I remember once I, you know, got to meet them and got to learn how they were, that's what made me fall in love with them. And I was like, you know, hey, obviously it's not too far of a trip for me to go from my old school to the new school and be able to. It was almost similar, but just a whole upgrade.
Whole upgrade, yeah. And I see that you made close contact. Is it over there where you kind of like became friends with Aaron Jones and you kind of started talking to him? Was it here in El Paso?
It was actually here. So what's it called? I'll tell you real quick how I met him and how, you know, we've come to be. So I actually met him during my middle school year. So his father at the time, Aaron Jones Sr., held a football camp here. And obviously he had Aaron and the rest of his UTEP teammates help work the camp. And then at the very end, it was a 3-day camp. And at the very end, they announced like the top campers and then the top 10 campers. And I was thankfully to be one of them. So when I got into there, what's it called? That's how I met Aaron. I got to meet him and I just remember right away, humble, genuine, you know, obviously loving, caring. And ever since that moment, you know, I've always, every time I see him or every time I interact with him, it's like great conversations and he's a great mentor to me.
Is it like a big bro type
exactly
feeling?
He's like my big brother too. I'm my big brother to my young brothers, but he's my big brother.
There you go. Yeah,
Louis
that's
was
cool.
so excited to ask you about that.
Bro, like Aaron Jones, I'm gonna tell you something. Like I played Aaron Jones played football while I was in high school,
right,
in Burgess, and then we were Isleta. And I didn't get to play against him because I only played my freshman year football, and then I played baseball the rest of my baseball was more my sport, so I stuck with baseball. But whenever we would go to see Isleta versus Burgess, it would just be like, oh, Aaron Jones just scored another touchdown. Oh, Beast. Aaron Jones just broke another 50-yard. I was like, ah, shit. And it was so cool to see that. And then he went to UTEP, and we were like, hey, that's cool because he was like the guy from our neighborhood, you know, the Isleta district that made it to UTEP. So we were like super proud like to have that. And then when he signed up for the NFL draft, we were like, man, we hope he gets drafted. And then when he got drafted by my favorite team, you know what I mean, the Green Bay Packers, I was like, holy shit, like that is like so cool to see somebody from your neighborhood go that far. Yeah. It's like so awesome. It's like a crazy thing to see, to be witnessed, like to be. It makes you feel like, you know, if he can do it, anybody else in this town can do it. You know what I mean? Everybody else, like you know what I mean? You would do your high school thing, and then a lot of people's college career ends in high school, you know, like 70% of them, 80% of them. Yeah. You know, it's just like maybe a few of your friends that get to go play college football.
Exactly.
Like this is already a big accomplishment that you've done, you know what I mean? So that's just like really cool. That's why I wanted to talk about it, because I'm like, it's like, that's full circle. You know what I mean?
And you don't see a lot of people putting in the work for it.
Right.
Like you really want it. Like that's what you have to do. You have to put in the work for it. And like we see you put in, especially because your mom posts you a lot.
She posts you training. She posts you, you know what I mean, in the gym, and like that's so crazy. That is a good segue to my next topic. I wanted to ask you, training. What in training? What is your typical day of like you training, man? Like
me training?
How much work are you putting in?
Oh yeah, so I could tell you like what I'm doing right now, preparing for my pro day that's coming up in a couple of months. So the big thing is number one, I wanted to get with the best trainer in the city. His name's Robert Godinez up at Top View Fitness, and
Shout out.
shout out Rob. So he trains Aaron Jones, and he trains all the top athletes across the city and other athletes that
cool.
obviously visit El Paso. And what's crazy, I've been trying to get with him for the past few years, and then obviously speaking with my parents, I was like, Mom, Dad, like I really want to go there. I really want to go there. So I got with him this past summer is when I first met him.
Yeah.
And then I trained there for about 3 months. And then obviously when my season ended back in November at Platteville, I remember I was like, okay, now is the opportunity to start training for my pro day, start training for NFL and everything like that. And we both contacted each other, and we got there and we started grinding. So I know that when I'm there with him, I'm working everything, my strength, my explosiveness, my twitchiness, everything. And what's it called? Also, me personally, just getting individual work on the field in the park, just grinding and get the footwork, everything down. So yeah,
it's a lot, right? It's a lot because I mean it's a full-time type of commitment. Right?
Yeah.
So I mean that, and also this is now in my opinion, right? Like what you kind of notice, and you even notice it like with like the pros, is the main thing that separates like the people that are putting in the work training and the people that like you can see it on the field. Believe it or not, nobody's not going to believe me until like hopefully you can stand to defend me for this. Sure. Is the diet, your diet.
Oh yeah.
Right. So you see like Tom Brady, which is like the TB12 method, where he's like, eating berries and high protein and this and that and like all the vitamins and supplements that you put in. What entails a diet for somebody that's training for a pro day?
Oh, obviously you got to eat very healthy. My dad has been very hard on me about this, just telling me like, hey, like you can't be eating, regular food like how we're eating and stuff like that. You got to treat your body like a professional, because this is how people in the NFL or any professional sport, they this is their job. This is their career. And obviously, my dad's been, obviously on me as far as like, hey,
no pizza rolls,
no Whataburger like that. No, like maybe every so often you can sneak something in, but it's important to get the your vegetables, your fruits, your chicken, your meats, your rice, and all this, because obviously that's what's gonna help propel you and make your body at 100%.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest with you, it's like you separate it. Like even like the big boys in the NFL, like the offensive linemen, defensive linemen, they're eating right. You know what I mean? They eat just a lot more calories, but it's the right type of food.
Exactly.
And because any type of and you can kind of go with saying, and I'm speaking from a little bit of experience because like I'm now on like a weight loss journey where I've already lost like about 70 pounds, right? And any time where I slip up and I'm like, okay, I'll eat some tacos, the next day at the gym, you feel it. You feel it. Okay. So like, it's like you have to maintain and you have to use your food not as like a pleasure, but more as your food as a fuel. Yeah. It's like the gas for your gas tank, it's the oil, you know what I mean? So it just kind of lubricates everything, keeps everything, loose. And because anything that like is high inflammatory, it can like mess with your joints, slow you down. That's so crazy. Like people don't think about that. Like if anybody that is training from high school wants to make it to the next step, it's like, if you take your diet seriously, it really helps you make that step up.
Absolutely.
And so that's really cool that your dad, especially, shout out Curtis.
Yes.
Appreciate you.
Well, both your parents actually, they support you a lot.
Oh yeah, I'm thankful for that. The big time support.
Yeah. So how important is the support from both your all your family, your brothers, your grandparents? How is like the family support make you like how has it kept you going?
Oh, they're big time to me. Obviously, they're my number one people in my life, and obviously, I just thank God for them God blessing me with the correct people in my life, and just no matter if life's going great and everything's all flowers and kisses and everything's going perfect, they're there to obviously support me, and no matter if I'm going through any adversity or any challenges, they're always there to guide me, mentor me, and show me the correct from the wrong way. And I'm just thankful that I got brothers that I got to make sure, hey, Dre, keep yourself accountable, because they're looking up to you. You cannot, take your foot off the pedal. And then obviously my parents are very like, hey, we've learned from our mistakes. We've learned from our, achievements too.
Yeah.
Don't be like us. Learn from us and be better than us. them from us.
Right. And that's good, man. Because being the oldest of your family is like it's a big responsibility. I kind of speak from experience where sometimes both of them will be like, "Well, Louis didn't do that."
Bro,
and
you
it's
know
like,
you look up to me. Calm down.
look up to you, bro.
You know you do,
dude. Don't
just because I'm
even,
shorter than you, it's okay.
It's
you're
all
shorter, you're weaker. No, I'm kidding. But like, it's a good thing that you have a close knit family that supports you.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes.
You can see
It helps a lot.
It does, right? I mean,
Absolutely.
coming from us, we're a pretty tight knit family, and you can see the difference in like your other friends that don't have such a tight knit family, where
Right.
that
They don't have that extra push or the support to like keep going.
Yep.
And it's hard, especially when you're a kid. Like you need the support from your family. Like you need that push, even though it's like, oh, they're just annoying me. Like you still need it.
Yeah.
yeah,
You need
because
that.
I mean the ones that struggle, getting ready to like take all these steps that you've taken. Could you imagine? I mean, you can be ready physically, you can be ready, with your diet,
Right.
but if you're not ready emotionally, mentally,
It can fuck you up completely.
that's gonna
Yeah.
just take you off course. I've seen a lot of athletes that have the God-given talent that it just came natural to them, that they ran like a 4.5 and you're like, holy
Right.
shit, like how did they, and it's just natural.
Right.
But they weren't raised the correct way, so they take off to college and then they realize, I have to struggle for my starting position here because everybody in my position runs a 4.5.
Everybody's good.
Then they just take off and then they just quit, and that mental toughness comes from having a good, stable family that supports you and that teaches you how to overcome adversity. You know what I mean?
Perseverance.
Persevering, and that's just like it's you can tell that you have that. You're mentally strong, and so that is just awesome. Now, this is another segue.
do it.
Dude, look at me, bro. I'm
Hey, I love
segueing,
it.
bro.
I
Look,
love
I'm
it.
I'm veering.
Oh my
Just
We're
God.
riding this. We're
You're
riding
getting
the
better.
race.
You're getting
I'm getting
better
better.
at
It used to like when we first started
He's
this
like,
podcast.
next topic.
Yeah,
good.
episode like 3 or 4. Like, don't watch those because I'm like, okay, Sonny, I'm changing the topic now because I didn't know how to like go to the next one. So we're getting there.
No,
we're
there
getting
we
there,
go.
dog.
Building up.
Yeah, it's practice. Practice makes perfect.
Amen.
Episode 42, I should at least get a little bit better than episode 1, right?
Or just a little better.
Just a little better.
Hey, 1% better, baby. All
Yeah,
day.
every time. So that gets me to the next one, is that there is something. You've experienced a lot already, right? You've high school,
Yes.
then now the first college, now the second college. What is the one thing that you didn't expect to get out of this experience, whether good or bad?
Didn't expect. This one making me think, right?
Yeah.
This one makes you think.
Yeah,
Something you
yeah, yeah.
didn't expect to get out of this experience.
Whether it be like, it's a whole lot harder to make friends, or like,
I got you.
you know what I mean?
No, yeah. So the biggest thing for me is just obviously knowing, having the right circle around you,
Yeah.
right? That's the biggest one for me. Especially being up in college, again, family's not there, don't have nobody really nearby. You can have the wrong influences try to come up to you and tell you, like, hey, man, like, you don't need to train today, or hey, you don't need to go do that. Like, come hang out with us. Hey, man, let's go drink. Let's go do smoke or whatever, this and that. And thankfully for me, obviously, I don't do anything like that. And I would just always, had to have the mindset of, you got to be really, you got to block that out. You got to be really like, hey, you're here for a purpose, Trey. God has blessed you with the ability to be here right now. Don't waste my blessings. That's what I took from him. And I was just like, hey, stay with the right people. And I would always just pray hard, like, God, show me the right people. God, surround me with the right people. And I'm just thankful that, again, my parents have shown me, hey, Dre, obviously, we work hard for you. Obviously work hard for, not for even for us, just work hard for yourself. Work hard for yourself so that, you can gravitate the right things. And thankfully, I've done that. I have the right, circle with me, the right people and the right connections. And I'm just blessed to be here.
Yeah. Yeah. So you didn't expect to like, this is going to teach you how to grow up.
Exactly. Basically.
Yeah. A lot of times, there was like a couple things, like if I can talk about like through my personal experience, like I went to college and to be honest with you, like I just thought like, I'm going to get a degree easy. And sometimes like college isn't for everybody. Yeah. And to me, it was like, what am I doing here? Like I felt like I was wasting my time there. And like I started, hanging out with like the wrong crowd that would just be like, hey, let's skip this class.
Yep.
And we take off. And we take off and just go, and just go have a beer, and you're like, why am I doing this, right? And then you by the time it can get to a point where it's like it's too late. You've already done this too much. Now the semester's over, and there's no way you're going to pass this class. And so now you have to drop a class, and now you have to, you know what I mean? So a lot of times that type of stuff, growing up that way, it was just like the decisions go and they affect like the long-term future.
It's hard because you see everybody else doing it. Like you see everybody else ditching
Yeah.
class and like going out and stuff. It's hard to have that willpower to be like, no, I'm going to stay. I'm going to study. I'm going to finish what I need to do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know?
What was your major?
Major, so right now I'm doing social studies teaching. So I'll be finishing up soon, and so for me, I want to be a teacher to be able to coach. That's what you got to do up in Texas. And thankfully, I got my old coaches and stuff like that already, knocking on my door like, hey man, once you wrap up, let's go, man. I'm ready for you. So I'm thankful to have those connections.
That's cool, man. So it's social studies. You like history?
Oh yeah, that's my favorite one. When I went up to college, they were telling me like, all right, what do you want to be? English, science, math? I was like, I've always been social studies. Like history has always been something cool for me. So I've always liked that gravity.
That's hard. That's cool.
Yeah,
that's hard.
that's really
I'll give it
cool,
to you.
man. Yeah. I love history, but I don't think I could be a teacher of history. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah. It's tough, bro. It's tough. And then especially like just having to remember dates and having to remember like certain events and how they happen and the timeline, the correct like.
You'd be better like at English, like you're reading or something.
Yeah. My major was English when I was at UTEP. Like
really?
I wanted to be a writer, and then I switched because I was like, I didn't want to, I was kind of like, fuck, I don't want to write a 10-page paper every week. You know what I mean? Because I had already finished like the basics, and then they were like advanced English, like, and so it was like Dr. Long, he would be like, oh, we're writing a 10-page paper on, the economy. And I'm like, I don't want to write about the goddamn economy. You know what I mean? But then you have to, and what my thing was like, I wanted to write jokes. I wanted to like do like what is it, the people that write jokes for the TV shows and for comedians, for like SNL, for like South Park, like people that they just sit together, they write jokes, and then their jokes make it into the show and like make it into, and that was just like something that I wanted to do. So I took English, but then I was like, holy shit, like I just want to joke around, hard. Like I want to write my own stories. Exactly. And so yeah, it was tough. So I switched to business because I'm like, well, you can never go wrong with a business degree. And then that would just like bore the shit.
You're like, nah, never mind.
Never mind. So Sunny's a coach right now. She's an assistant coach
at a
school.
Nice.
But
so,
I didn't even use my degree. Criminal justice.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I didn't use it at all.
What sport are you coaching?
Well, I'm PE elementary.
Oh, PE? Oh, PE coach?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
that's good.
So that's what she does, bro. And that takes a lot of patience.
Oh yeah, it's hard, but I love it so much. I love it so much.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's great.
And for me, like this past year, I'm a dad for the first time, and I love kids. But the one thing that I've learned, and I learned this at a hospital, at a children's hospital, because I was like, oh yeah, I love kids. Like I'm a great dad, blah, blah, blah. I walk in and all these kids are making all this noise, bro. And I'm like,
you love
shit.
your kids.
I walked out and I'm like, you know what? I love my kids.
Yeah.
I don't love kids. I don't. They the ones that make noise that aren't yours, you know what I mean? You can't like
Can't tell them anything.
Can't tell them anything.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You can't just go up to the parents and be like, hey, can you shut that kid? But yeah, man. So that's cool. That's gonna be awesome, like to see in the future someday that you're gonna use that degree. And that's another thing that as a college athlete, people don't really understand is that on top of you having to train, diet, be like,
you still have to do all that work
you know
in
what
school.
I mean? You have the work
demanding.
in school. It's very demanding. Classwork comes first,
Exactly.
right? A lot of places, like if you don't pass, you don't play.
Yeah.
And so it was like, damn, bro. Like a lot of the athletes, at UTEP and stuff like that, like they just give them their booklets and then they don't even get like the, you know what I mean? The lecture. They just have to show up for the test on Friday and pass it. Exactly. And it's like, holy shit, dude! Like, how do they do that? Like, that's awesome, man. That big ups to you, like props that you're able to do that, man. Because
Thank you.
That's a lot.
Yeah, I give it to you. That's a lot.
Thank you. Real demanding, but just got to be able to try to balance it as much as possible. Being able to obviously, keep the main thing, and understand that, hey, if there's certain things I got to cut off or certain things I can't do, and got to lock it and finish what I got to do. That's what you got to do in life. Period.
All right, Andre. We're gonna switch it up.
Let's do it.
Put you on the spot a little bit, but a little just a little, a little game. It's not like anything crazy, but I want you, since you're a DB.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and it can be. I just want you to give me your top 5, okay? Whether it's college or NFL, who are your top 5 DBs right now?
Top 5 right now. Okay, so my top 5 DBs right now. If I had to put one, when he's healthy, I really love him to life. Jair Alexander.
There you go.
I love
Packers.
I love Jair because I even role model my game behind him.
Yeah,
you know, I really like. Yep, the seatbelt.
Seatbelt, I know.
You know what it is.
Yeah,
So I would pick Jair first. I like Patrick Surtain. I like who was it? Underrated corner right here, Diamador Lenore from San Francisco 49ers. He just got a big time payday,
Love that.
Underrated but really
saw that.
good. I like Kenny Moore from the Colts. He's a nickel, smaller corner.
Okay.
And then my last corner, I would have to put that's up there. I know he's a little bit more older, but Jalen Ramsey is somebody that, you know, he just always has a knack for getting to the ball and stuff.
Yeah,
And he's still
lockdown corner. Yeah. Oh yeah, hell yeah, man.
Those
Like
are my
that.
corners.
Jair Alexander. So let me ask you a question. You say that you kind of like you emulate your game like Jair. Are you a shit talker?
No, actually,
No?
you know, I don't talk smack. Like, what's crazy is that on the field, like, obviously you have the receivers or other coaches that, or especially if you're a corner on their sideline, on the opposing team, they're always going to talk smack to you.
Oh,
So
yeah.
for me, I've always been like, hey, while y'all just be talking and y'all sitting on the sidelines, just watch me do work on y'all.
There you go.
Watch me
Yeah,
do
you
work.
let your play do the talking.
Exactly.
Okay, but yeah, Jair is always like, it's always exciting to see him play because every time they throw the ball towards him,
He gonna let you know.
he's gonna do something. And then the only thing is that's different between you and him is that if he breaks up a pass or he intercepts you,
Yep.
he's gonna celebrate
In
He's
your
gonna-
face.
In your face. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sonny doesn't know much about football, but you know the
You're
gritty,
gonna have to
right?
start showing
Oh
me.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
He did it right.
You
in
know the
front of
gritty, right?
Yeah.
So the guy that one of the guys that invented the gritty is Justin Jefferson. He was one of the guys that not invented it, but made it popular in
Yes.
the NFL. The celebration, the gritty, right? So I was about to do it. Like if I
Get up and do it. Get up and
I'm
do
not
it.
gonna do it.
No.
So look, he's
Right now
your
in the
little
hallway,
brother's
you're gonna
doing
do
right
it.
now.
Nah, yeah,
But
I
yeah,
got you.
so Justin Jefferson, that's his like he scores a touchdown, he does the gritty. You know what I mean? And so he has a big game. It's like a really big game that he's playing against Jefferson. Jair is covering him.
Right.
And he breaks up a pass and he does it right in his face. As soon as like the guy drops the pass, he's like doing the gritty back to
Yup.
his huddle, and you're like, holy shit. And then he's like, you can hear they mic him up a lot because he talks a lot of smack. So he's like, hey, you're not gonna get anything, boy. Like he just doesn't stop running his mouth.
Oh yeah.
And so it's like it's cool to see because it gets people out of their out of their game. You know, he'll literally break you down mentally because of all the shit he's
Yeah.
talking.
Yep.
So that's like really cool to see, man. Like I
100%.
love seeing Jair. I hope he stays with the Packers. There's rumors that he's gonna leave.
I did hear about that.
I hope not, but I hope he stays with the Packers because that's one of my favorite players on the Packers.
If he
right
stays,
now.
I'll start watching.
now. Well, he's gonna be on another team. You know what I mean? But yeah,
hopefully
it's
he
just-
does stay. He's a
Nah,
big
but
time
only if he
corner.
stays.
Yeah, because it's just awesome to see.
Yes,
so
sir.
the last thing that I want to get to, before we start changing some subjects a little bit, but
That's fine.
Is the your pro day?
Yes.
Okay, so it's in March, correct?
Yes. Middle of
Okay.
March.
What entails a pro day? Like somebody like me that I don't know what a pro day is. Like explain it to me like I'm 5.
Okay, I got you right here. So the pro day is basically, obviously it's like the NFL combine, right? You do all your testing, your 40-yard dash testing, your shuttle, 3-cone bench press testing. Being able, you have scouts that go to these events to be able to, just evaluate players that are looking to play at the next level in the NFL. And then obviously, the whole point is obviously to have a great pro day to be able to leave a great impression on a scout on a specific team or teams, and then be able to get in contact with you and possibly get drafted to them, get a rookie invitation to their camp, get a tryout. So what's it called? That's what I'm training for, and obviously I know a lot of many athletes are training for across the country. So obviously I'm just praying, working hard, and hopefully that door opens up for me.
Yeah, man, that's awesome. That's
Does the
awesome to
pressure
hear.
get to you at all?
No, I would say, obviously, the nervousness does kind of kick in a little bit because you're just like, I want it to be here already so I can do it. But the whole thing is just, I've been
Work through it.
exactly working through it, just staying patient, knowing that, God's in the driver's seat of my life. Let him handle the thing, don't try to rush it or don't try to get too, antsy about it. Just stay steadfast, Dre, and do what you need to do.
Yeah, I love that, man. I love that. So, okay. So what is I'm gonna ask you a hard question.
Let's do
okay?
it.
I'm gonna act like as if I am a pro day scout and I'm gonna ask you a hard hitting question. I want you to
Let's do it.
defend it.
Okay.
Okay. if I were to draft you, would your height be a concern for me?
No, sir. I play bigger than what I look. Obviously, I know I'm not the prototypical size of an NFL corner. I know I'm undersized, but I just have a knack for always getting to the ball, making sure that I help the team elevate and get the ball back to the offense so that we can get points on the board. Obviously, I know that my job is very critical and it's very demanding, but that's what I love, sir. I love being able to just know that, hey, all that pressure's on the line, but I know how to stay patient, cool, calm, and collected and deliver for you.
Oh, fucking sign him right now, bro. Look at that.
No, yeah.
Grade A answer, bro.
Thank
Grade
you.
A. See, that was a hard question. You know what I
Yes,
mean?
sir.
But I have seen your highlights. You do play bigger. You do play at a higher height than people would think that you are. You know what I mean? So
Yes, sir.
I seen you got the elevation. I've seen you swap balls in the middle of the air. So like I don't see that being like an issue at all. And there's a lot of undersized corners that are like badass that are shut down. You know what I mean? So that's good.
No,
That
yeah,
was
no.
a good
Thank you.
answer.
Yeah,
I love
that
that
was-
question. Now, yeah,
Dude,
I'm
you're
gonna
ready
get
now.
those.
He's prepared. He's
Dude,
ready.
March. Come March, man. You know what? Like we're us as Death in the Hoodie will support you.
Yeah, we're
Thank
rooting
you.
for
Like
you.
anytime
Thank
you
you.
are,
I
we're
appreciate
rooting for you.
you
You know what I
guys.
mean? And we're excited to see that next step. And if like all goes well, we'll be seeing you on Sunday. You know what I mean? That would be
That's
so
the plan.
dope.
Thank you, Mom and Dad,
Yeah.
for just raising me right.
There you go. There you go. I love that. So I'm glad. I wanted to get that last hot seat question out of the way. Now we're gonna have a little bit of fun, bro.
Let's
All
do it.
Let's have a little fun.
We making fun of you now?
Yes.
Oh, nice.
Unfortunately. So last week
you want me to pull it up?
No. You not pull it up because you're a judge. I don't want you to see who's the one that did it. Last week I asked everybody that was on Instagram to roast me.
It wasn't on TikTok?
I posted on TikTok for them to go do it on Instagram, and everybody followed the instructions. They did it on Instagram. So the winner is gonna get a $50 Visa prepaid card. So you know what I mean. Eric and Sonny and now Andre are gonna judge which roast was the best line. Now, this shit hurt my feelings, bro. A lot. As I was reading them,
There
as they
was
were
one
coming
that I
in,
was like, that one fucked him up. I already know.
yeah, it did mess me up. So let me get to the post real quick.
All right, cool.
All right.
Because that one was my favorite.
I'm gonna read them. So you can't. I'm not gonna tell you who wrote these.
Okay.
You're just gonna have to let me read them all, and then tell me which one wins. All right. All right. The first one I see here is, I know it's been windy lately, but damn, I didn't know it blew your hairline back.
Take off your hat. Take off your hat.
Let me see.
Take
Let
off
me
your
see
hat.
that.
Bro, it's about getting older, man. Like shit. You know what I mean?
Bro, I don't
hairline.
that's why he
Lord
wears a
have
hat.
mercy.
He's embarrassed
No,
about it.
I don't wear a hat every podcast. I wear a hat this podcast because that one fucked me up.
Gotta cover it up.
Yeah, bro,
From
it's
now
about
on,
getting
you're going to be
older.
wearing a hat.
It's about getting older. It's just I buy different hats for every podcast. Yeah, so that was one. Next one is, the forehead so big your nightmares are in IMAX.
Oh man.
The bro built like a final boss at a trailer park who drops a pack of marbles when he's defeated. That,
Oh my God.
that is fucking rough.
Golly, they coming after you.
For real.
Like why?
Yeah, bro.
Why that against me?
And I thought, I'm like, I just opened up a can of worms here.
You said it
You
digging
know what I
on
mean?
you,
I'm like,
bro.
fuck
They,
it.
go,
You
they
know?
going all out.
It doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt.
You started crying.
It hurts a little bit. It hurts a little bit. Ears so big, you probably hear me typing this shit right now.
Oh,
My
man.
ears are normal size.
No,
bro.
they're not.
No, don't start. Shut your mouth.
No.
Next week we're doing Sunny.
No.
That's what I thought.
I'm too sensitive.
Yeah. Okay, next one.
I'll quit the podcast.
Big-headed Death in a Hoodie mascot looking Darren Malakian chin beard Leo Gonzalez look-alike.
Oh my God.
Lord,
God
they
damn.
Bro.
all that word.
That
and
was
stuff
one
like that.
guy, you know. Leo Gonzalez is that guy from TikTok. He looks like me. When I was a lot heavier, everybody would send him
I
to
think
me and be like,
yeah, because I
"This
sent him
is you.
too.
This is you." And I'm like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, I'm glad I lost all that weight because I don't look as much like him anymore." But I do see it. I did see it. I'm like, that might be one of my dad's lost soldiers over there. You know what I mean? He's in California. You know. Okay. Mexican
No.
California raisin looking ass.
Damn.
Jeez.
Mexican grimace looking ass motherfucker.
Oh my god! Damn, they went in on you.
I know, right? They
I guess I look like a
everything.
Mexican,
Lord
bro.
have mercy.
Yeah, I guess.
Do you have a mic?
Yes.
He hasn't talked at all.
Yeah, he's just laughing over there.
He wrote some of these.
And so, yeah, there was another one where I was like, give me your best roast, give me your best roast. And the guy wrote, pause, give him your best what? So,
Lord have mercy.
okay. Which one? Okay, we'll go with Eric first. And you can't pick yours. I know you Eric, one of those was Eric. You can't participate. You can't participate.
He just wanted to read
He
it for
just wanted to
funsies.
fucking roast me without me getting mad at you. So which one is your favorite out of all of those?
I think the Mexican raisin.
The Mexican California raisin. Okay.
Mine's
Yours?
the hairline because it hurt your feelings the most.
The
It really
hairline.
roasted you because you're like insecure about it.
Okay. Andre, what's yours?
Me, I would say the ears. I could hear you typing this stuff. Or one.
Oh,
that
shit. That's a 3-way tie. Okay. Out of that one, out of those, okay, we'll switch it up. Okay.
right.
So we got an audience here.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Angie, out of those three, which one was the worst one? Which one was the best roast? Which one was that
The
one?
Mexican
The
raisin.
Mexican,
Oh, Mexican
California
raisin
raisin.
looking.
Curtis?
Mexican, whatever he said, the guy from TikTok that
Oh,
the one that
Leo
looks like you?
Gonzalez.
The lookalike.
That's
look
funny.
alike, blah, 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 blah.
I know you got wordy on that one.
Yeah,
right there.
yeah, that one was long. Okay, so then the Mexican California raisin looking ass is gonna win. That
That's
was
second place for
Johnny
me.
Luna. Johnny Luna, I play softball with you. You're an asshole, bro. But Johnny Luna,
He was
you
waiting
won.
for that one.
Yeah, you won, bro. So you'll get your $50 gift card.
Hey.
Kevin CS didn't
We'll
comment.
message. Nah, bro. No, Kevin CS. Me and Kevin CS like that, bro. He's not gonna read.
Oh yeah.
Nice. There we go.
But yeah, Johnny Luna, appreciate you participating. But damn, you went in. You went in on it. Okay.
Those were all pretty good though.
They were all
They
good.
went in on you.
They were all really good. I kind of expected. I expected a hairline one. I did. I
we
didn't
had just
expect
talked
the
about it,
ears.
that's
yeah.
why.
We had just talked about my dude having twins and helping run a business.
It was happening before
the
the
stress,
twins.
bro. You lose your hair, dog. It's just what it is. You know what I
It's
mean?
that grind.
Yeah, and it's also genetic. You know what I mean? Like my
Yeah.
grandpa lost his hair, so there you go. I'm making excuses.
I know.
I still have hair on the top of my head.
Hey, there we
Trust
go.
me, it's there.
There it
It's
is.
there.
Wait till next year.
Wait till next year, then maybe if I shave it off, it's because it was the
Get a wig.
a wig, or hair plug extension, like those
No,
hair
yeah.
plugs.
Yes.
No, I won't do that. I won't do that. There was a friend of mine that did. He tattooed his hairline.
Oh Lord,
That
have
is the
mercy.
stupidest shit.
No.
that.
Don't do that.
Just
Oh,
shave
it
your
looks
head.
fake.
Yeah.
Just shave your head.
Go bald at that
yeah,
point.
At that
Yeah.
point, just go bald.
Yeah, tattooing's crazy.
All right. So, as we were about to start this podcast, one of the main topics that I wanted to get into was the TikTok ban.
Bro, I almost crashed out yesterday.
Yeah.
But as soon as we started, as soon as we were about to press record, we heard news that it's back up. So TikTok right now, as of right now that we're recording it, it's back up for some reason.
It's crazy.
I don't know. But
But isn't he in office tomorrow?
He's
How
a-
did he
he-
save it already?
yeah, so Donald Trump, he's probably doing some behind the scenes stuff. So from what I understand, Biden went on record saying that he wasn't going to enforce anything. Okay, but in my opinion, and I don't know if this is true, but TikTok did it as of the day before to kind of like prove a point. Like, hey, if you're going to shut us down, this is what it looks like. And I'm sure a lot of people were complaining.
What did you see? All of Instagram posts?
Yeah, all the
Everything
Instagram
was
posts were
all
like
about
people
the
were
TikTok ban. All
like-
of Twitter, everything.
Hating the government, hating,
Yeah.
like freedom of speech is being infringed. And then a lot of the companies that sell their products on TikTok were pissed.
Everyone went to Red Note to a Chinese company on purpose.
Yeah, I seen
to
that.
one
I
that
did that
actually
too.
collects your data. Like they
Downloaded that,
actually
yeah.
collect your data. I'm like, geez, dude. Like, yeah. So I'm not for it. One thing, I guess kind of like to speak a little bit out of experience. The one place where we got a little bit of traction from this podcast was TikTok.
Exactly.
We have like one of our clips got like 30,000 views on it, and it was
the
TikTok.
trends.
It was a trend.
Yeah.
It was trends that we were talking about, and it gives people platforms. It gives people a voice. And I'm going to tell you the difference between TikTok to YouTube and Instagram is that TikTok people are a lot more nice.
Like they're useful too.
Yeah.
Everything's useful on there too.
Yeah, I like TikTok more than anything.
The same clip that I'll post on TikTok, if I post it on YouTube Shorts, like, bro, there'll just be a random hater that'll
Yeah.
just like talk shit, You know what I mean? I posted, for instance, we posted something about Angel Reese. You know who Angel Reese is?
Yeah, the basketball player.
Yeah,
Yep.
the woman basketball player. She's got her little cereal that she's sponsored by Reese's Puffs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Angel Reese's. And so Eric posted a video for TikTok about him throwing the cereal box into the basket and he misses it.
Oh.
You know what I mean? And we posted it. Well, on TikTok, people liked it. There was a couple laughing comments, like, you know what I mean? They got the joke. Somebody went onto our Instagram and was like, which one of you fucking cornballs did that? Y'all
Lord
are
have
whack.
mercy.
Your following isn't even as big as Angel Reese. Like, y'all suck. And we're like, holy shit, bro, it was a joke. Like,
Yeah,
come on.
goodness.
So, like, that is like the vibe that you get from TikTok that
taking
you
it
get
personal.
from
I
like,
would give up everything
yeah.
else.
You would?
Everything else, and I would keep TikTok. Everything else. I don't need Snapchat. I don't need Instagram. I don't need nothing else. I would
Yeah.
keep TikTok.
I think I kind of use, in my opinion, I use TikTok more as like a thing to waste
Entertainment.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just like,
Entertainment.
okay, like I want to, instead of putting like my favorite show on TV, you just like doom scrolling, you know? That's what I use TikTok for. I use Instagram to see what my friends are up to.
Oh
right?
yeah, because that's
Yeah.
more like you guys. Yeah, you guys.
You guys.
Well, because my generation was Snapchat.
Yeah.
I don't
And-
really use it anymore though.
And so I know that you guys are the same generation, right? I and your parents, dude, I'm closer to their parents. I and your parents have experienced multiple social media platforms shutting down, right? We were around for the AOL
Vine
chat
didn't
rooms.
count.
The AOL chat rooms were lit, bro. You'd be on there just talking shit to like some pervert across the road. They were just a chat room. It was
you
just
just talk to random
people
Yeah.
that would just message each other, and it was a room full of people just talking,
Right.
Oh.
right? And that was like the first taste of social media. That shut down, and then the next thing that came big was like MySpace. And MySpace, we learned how to be web developers, doing HTML code and shit like that. You know, putting your favorite song up. Like Instagram puts their favorite song up now, and you're like,
Yeah.
you guys bit MySpace
Yeah.
on that.
No, yeah.
And so we saw that shut down. You know what I mean? And then Vine
Vine wasn't the same.
was
yeah.
dope, man. And then Vine shut down. Dude,
yeah.
I've experienced so much loss, and you guys are bitching about one little app.
Bro, but it's because we do stuff to get things done.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. But I would tell you, those apps, even though they're not the same and they're not as good as TikTok, you can argue it. Those apps walked, so TikTok can run, baby. You know what I mean?
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're
So
right.
That's what I'm trying to say.
They're
is
trying
that
to compete with it. That's why Instagram's all different now.
as millennials,
Exactly.
and further on, you kind of know, even if TikTok were to for some reason not make it after the 90-day suspension,
Don't say it.
even if it weren't to,
Hopefully they make it.
something else will pop up even better.
Later.
Yeah, everything.
Something always gets replaced with something
Exactly.
better.
It's always
you know?
evolving.
Yeah, I thought they were just gonna rebrand it and make it something else.
Yeah, because Vine got replaced by
Musically.
Musically,
And
which
Musically
was
was
TikTok.
TikTok.
Yeah.
Musically changed their name to TikTok because they didn't just want to be about lip syncing. You know what I mean? Because that was what everybody was doing on there. It was like lip syncing. It was
YouTube.
super
Yeah.
cringy.
Post your Musically.
Dude, I did. I made a couple. I made one with Eric, and then I made one with Sandy. I did
Yeah.
have like 2 Musicallys, and then I was like, I can't do this anymore. Shit's fucking whack. Like I'm not gonna do it. But yeah. So something comes along, you know, even if TikTok were to, you know, get replaced,
Not the
Yeah.
same.
Something will pop up.
something pop up. It'll be fine.
I was on
Exactly.
Instagram yesterday instead. It wasn't the same.
No, yeah.
I-
It
yeah.
doesn't hit the same. No.
Did you guys do this? Let me know if you did it. I was like, you open your phone, and what's the first
Go
thing you do?
straight to
You go straight to TikTok. I did it like twice,
I
just
did
by
it a
like
lot.
a habit. Like open TikTok, and you're like,
Yep, I did
Close.
a lot too.
oh shit! It happened to me twice, and I was like, oh man. So I spent most of my day on X, formerly known as Twitter.
Oh, Twitter, yep.
I
Yeah, I
don't
was
like
just watching-
Twitter like that.
No?
I was just
don't know,
watching, like-
I can't be on there for too long. It doesn't really like
No, yeah, I like Twitter a lot. Just
Watching
the news and
street
everything.
fights and shit. That's what I was.
the fights. Yeah.
Yeah, the fights on Twitter are like super dope, super
No, yeah,
funny.
they post everything unedited, uncut.
Yeah, uncut.
That is crazy though. I don't know how they got allowed to do that.
The only thing is like, yeah, you get on X and it's like
You have to be careful
there's
on
some nudity on there. You know what I mean?
They
Yeah,
post
it's just-
whatever.
It's wild. It's wild. But yeah, it's a good thing right now. Hopefully, we have 90 days.
Yeah.
So enjoy it for 90 days. Hopefully, they
Yes.
come to like some type of, you know, thing where they can agree on something.
I'm sure they will. I'm sure
Yeah.
that they're working on
They'll
it.
fix it.
They'll fix it because it's going to be a lot of backlash. It definitely is. I
Yep.
think the younger generation has a bigger voice than they ever did, because my generation, they barely started learning how to use social media, and you guys were born like the professional social media guys, you know? There's a lot of things where I ask Eric and Sonny how to do, and then they like, you know what I mean? Like, oh, let's do it this way. Cause like even with this podcast, like I'll make clips and they're like, okay, no, you have to shorten this, you have to do that, because they know like this is what hits.
Yep.
You make it only a minute, because if it's 2 minutes, people's attention span are not gonna fucking watch it. It's
Right.
like, geez, that's
Yeah, it's hard to
crazy.
keep your attention span
It's
for
hard to
like
keep
those
people's
10-minute
attention.
videos.
Yeah.
It's hard.
Yeah, it is.
It's hard.
tough.
So, yeah, it's crazy. I think that's the reason why like you guys took your voice and started saying like, let's boycott Instagram. Let's only use Snapchat. And it's like, holy shit, like this really means a lot to you guys, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, because me on TikTok, like my favorite thing to do before it got banned, and now that hopefully I'm gonna stay on that side of TikTok, is like watching mansions being built in El Paso.
Oh, yeah.
I'm on that TikTok.
I've seen those
yeah,
videos.
I've seen the ones you sent me. Those are cool, but
Dude,
I didn't. How
I
are you
love
on
seeing
there?
those
That's all I'm
videos.
getting. That's all I'm getting. And I guess because I like them and I watch them all the way through.
Yep.
And then like I
Pop up
act
on
like
your
as
feed.
if
So
I'm gonna,
satisfying.
I act like as if I'm gonna fucking buy them. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh shit. Oh nah,
Bro,
I
you
don't
can
like
get
that
there one day.
bedroom.
Be positive.
That's
You're
my
like-
mindset. Like, hey, one day, you know, I see myself.
Yeah.
You'll
doing
get
it.
there.
Yeah, one day. But I'm talking about like right now. I'm like, oh no, fuck no, I'm not gonna buy that house. Like as if I had the option to buy a $2.5 million house. It's just like not in.
If you believe,
Some
you
of
can
these
do it.
houses,
Amen.
right? There you go, manifestation. But some of these houses, like they have 7 bathrooms and 5 bedrooms.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Why
kinda
is there
hard to
more
clean.
bathrooms than bedrooms? You know what I mean? Like, even if I try to like hold my pee in between, I won't make it to pee in all the restrooms. I don't even know why the hell I would try to do that.
You would try to do that.
I would try to do that. Probably. I would try.
You'd
You
make
gotta
a
get this
vlog.
goal down.
It's like, oh, here we go. Ah! You know what I mean? No, I wouldn't make it. I wouldn't make it. Even with like his 40 time.
No.
I wouldn't make it. I wouldn't make it. But yeah, that's what I'm on right now. And that's the cool thing about TikTok, is that it is
Literally
something
for you.
different
Yeah.
for everybody.
Customized
Your
to
TikTok
yourself.
is different than his TikTok. His TikTok is different than Eric's TikTok. You know what I mean? So like
Mm-hmm.
everybody has their own like thing that they're on. Like for a while was watching cartels, like Mexican
Yeah.
cartels, and they're just like crossing drugs over the border. And I'm like, they're literally filming this shit. Like that's crazy.
It's crazy.
Yeah, and then they have like some like corrido on in the background, and they're just like with their guns, like on a speedboat, like just taking kilos across. I'm like, damn, bro. Like, and I even like it. So I'm like, I want to see more of these videos.
Yeah, they gotta pop up. Come on.
People just, I want to see it.
Lord.
Yeah. Andre, we're coming towards the end of this podcast, man. Thank you for coming on. It was really awesome to chop it up with you, to hear about your story,
Thank you,
to
man.
find out, all of the stuff that is still to happen for you, still to come. Your story is just beginning, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Thank you all.
But one last question to take us out. And this is always like a kind of a hard one. I always do it. I always ask people this
Let's do
one.
it. I love it.
What is one thing, if you could go back to 18-year-old Andrey Denson, what is one thing that you would tell him to make a difference?
Don't be inconsistent in your life. Always be, whatever you have in your life, be consistent with it. That's something that obviously, I struggle with, and I know a lot of people struggle with, whether it's, certain school goals, fitness goals, in football, right? Just stay down the line and stay, where obviously God wants to guide you in your life, and just knowing that, hey, obviously it doesn't matter if the results come quick or the results, take a little while to happen, right? They're going to get there, right?
Yeah.
If you have the mentality of, hey, I want to be, graduate with this degree, or hey, like, in my stance right now, I want to be a professional football player and be able to represent the city of El Paso.
There you go.
Just stay patient, just trust the process, let God be God, and just know that, have the right support system. Like I have my family and close friends and coaches, and
Okay.
I'm just thankful that, I would say that to myself if I was younger again. Just stay more consistent.
Awesome.
Oh, that's awesome.
And so the reason why I ask you that is because I want anybody that's watching this that is about to be on this journey or wants to be on this journey, anybody can do it. Whether,
Anybody.
any size, shape,
Don't matter.
form.
It's just the mental strength
Just the
to
mental
just keep
strength.
going.
And the
Keep
heart
going.
for it.
Yeah. So, just like you can use that as advice from Andrey Denson, stay consistent.
Yes.
Stay on the right track.
Yes.
That's awesome, bro. Great advice. That's great advice.
Thank you.
And the last thing is, where can they find you?
So Instagram, I'm Dre Day 4. On Twitter is just same thing. I'm Dre Day 4. So I'm big time on Instagram and Twitter. So if you guys find me there, you guys will always see me. You know, football stuff, posting workout videos. You know, just showing my journey where I'm at, and hopefully the soon post to come is getting invited to an NFL squad or anything and going up from there.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Awesome, man. Appreciate that. That is awesome. Make sure you guys go follow Dre.
Oh yes, I appreciate it.
Check out his journey. You know, support him. Give him props because this isn't easy what he's doing. The journey he's on is like takes some type of commitment that it's not in everybody, right? Okay.
Yep.
And now one last question that Sonny's gonna ask you.
Let's do it.
I was waiting for it.
Yeah,
You confused me.
Ask him. Yeah.
What's your favorite emoji?
Favorite emoji? Besides the laughing one, that's too cliche.
Yeah.
I would say my favorite emoji.
Emotion.
Emoji is the 100 symbol. You know, like the 100 with like the little
When
the
you
red
say
one.
you keep it 100.
Keep it 100. So
Yeah.
I'm always posting that at the end. That one and then the God praying hands. You know, those are my two biggest emojis.
Okay. So if you got to the end of this podcast, in the comments, please put a 100 emoji with some praying hands.
Yes.
Okay, just to show your support to Andre that you watched his whole podcast. And that's it, man. Thank you for coming on.
I appreciate you guys. Thank you all.
Make sure that you guys are following us on Instagram, maybe TikTok. And if you want to watch the full podcast, it's on Spotify, YouTube, and Apple Podcasts is for the audio.
Let's do it.
And that's pretty much it.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. I appreciate you guys. And I'm just grateful I got, great people like y'all in my life.
All right. Thank you guys. Love you.
Thank you.